have a photo that you've taken, it's color, and you want to turn it into black and white for this assignment. Your most detailed set of options will be in Lightroom. Please see the other video for that. If you want to look at a less varied way to go about it, you can use Preview, which is this normal tool for opening images on your Mac. If you go to Tools and adjust Color, you'll get a dialog box that will give you some control over exposure, highlights, shadows, and saturation. I want to give you a couple of options here. One option is to merely take the saturation all the way down to black and white. It'll change the relationship a little bit. But then we have these controls at the top with what's called the histogram. And this is your black point, this is your gray midtone, and this is your white point. Let's say we wanted to open up the shadows a little bit and make it all a bit brighter to work with, yet still have access to some of those shadows so you'll see them when you're drawing. You could move the midpoint to the left. Nice and soft, lovely. You could also control the contrast from here. You don't want it to be too soft because that would be really hard to draw. But if you needed to make it a little bit softer, you could do that. You could also increase the contrast, but the problem with this is it becomes hard to see what the details are in the shadows. So you only want to do that very sparingly. Now, you might also decide, here's another option. Same thing, take the saturation down, but instead of taking the midtones down, maybe we want to make it appear to be a little bit darker. We still want to get some texture in the shadows, so these are now a little bit darker, but they're not too bad. But with it being a little bit darker, you could also lower the contrast. You could also open the shadows up this way a little bit, so that you have a little bit more fine-tuned control than you might by just dragging the midpoint around. And you might decide here that everything feels a little bit gray. This is your white point. You can bring your white point so that you have white on the page. Maybe these specular highlights, the shiny bits on the glass, will be white. That's fine. You could stay right there. If you felt like you wanted more white, again, at some point you lose whatever it is you're drawing, so you have to be a little careful. But you might want to brighten that up a little bit so it's easier to see. So that gives us a slightly different feel. You could also take the exposure down, right? So we can make that darker overall. Actually, let's do that in version 3. So version 1 and 2. So here's version 1, fairly light, open, right? You could even brighten the whole thing a little bit if you wanted to without losing that texture and detail. Option 2 feels a little bit darker, has a little more contrast and a little more depth in the shadows. And then the third version, we'll do the same thing, take the saturation down. Then we're going to first change the exposure so it gets darker overall. And again, this is going to change the relationship of the highlights and the shadow detail. What else do we want to do? Let's from here. Again, it's going to get really black in those shadows, which will make it really a little bit harder to show depth and texture, but we could keep those fairly dark. Then we could also go down to the highlights. No, we can't do a white point. We can do the white point this way. We're going to bring the white point up just a little bit. So again, it has a little bit of pop so that we differentiate in the sort of lighter midtones and the background a little bit. What else would we want to do in here? If we wanted to open the shadows, we could, but then we kind of end up back at one of the other two. All right, so we're gonna bring this down a little bit. I'm gonna move my gray midpoint a little bit towards the white. I'm gonna move the white a little bit further down so we get the little bit more pop of those highlights there. So now we have version 1, light, soft, airy. Maybe you want to work with graphite in that lightness, or work with divine charcoal, or maybe work very lightly with some very fine point pens. Maybe you want to have a little more darkness and contrast to work with. Maybe you're going to work a little more heavier with the pens or a little more with the charcoal. And maybe something like this gives you a real richness that you want to work with for your charcoal prints. So you can really, even in this preview program, give yourself some options for what you want to do. The other thing is to remember when you're shooting is that your light can also give you access to some really nice shadow shapes on the background. So think about how that might play out. I'm going to make the whites a little bit whiter, and we're going to bring this a little bit this way, right? So you can really see those dark shapes. Now again, if they go too dark, they flatten out, and we want to keep that sense of softness to them and the way they curve on the paper in the background. So you have some options there, right? We don't want them to get so dark that they just block up. And we don't want them to be so gray that we don't see them very much. So you want to think about how that works. Maybe about like that. And then if we want to bring that dark point down just a little bit more, that's not so bad. So you have some options with that too, right? So think about how by going monochrome, you give yourself a real advantage when you're drawing to understand how those gray tones are going to work together. And you want to think about your choices here and how that's going to interact with the choices you make around which object might be graphite, where you're going to use the pens, how the charcoal is going to play into this, and all of those things. So give this a shot or watch the other video if you want to learn to use Lightroom and have even more options for what your monochrome image is going to look like for this assignment.